But by and large, I'm talking about non-small claims matters, because you're not really going to be talking to a lawyer about a small claims matter.
That's true.
So what you're going to be doing is asking them for proof of things they've handled. Now, they can, if they don't want to give you the name of the client, they can redact the client. The client's irrelevant. Okay? But it's, even though it's public, they don't have to redact it. If it's published, they shouldn't redact anything, because that's already, you're not revealing a secret. You're showing someone a cited case that you have handled.
So it's not a valid argument, they say, about a confidentiality issue. Is that what you're saying?
Right. That's why you say, I'm asking you for a reported decision.
Right.
I'm asking you for something that's out in the arena already. And, by the way,
I wish I had known that.
Yeah, well, it's an important thing, because
Gosh.
It shows the types of cases that the person has handled, and they have been successful. I have even gone to the extent, and I do this regularly, there's a couple of reported decisions that I have lost that I show my clients.
Is that right?
Because I say, look, we don't win everything.
Right.
But we litigate at this level. Look at this case that I was handling. Yeah, I lost. Read the decision, you'll see that my client deserved to lose. I mean, sometimes the facts are what they are. If I represent a guy who hit somebody in the rear at a red light, am I winning that case, Matthew?
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
I don't care who your lawyer is. Sometimes the facts or the law are so dead set against you, you're going to lose.
No matter how far you
exactly.
Right.
But if a client entrusted me with a multi-million-dollar contract claim, and it was litigated, and it resulted in a 6-page decision by a high court, even if it went against me, it shows you that I take the types of matters that I can take.
That's very interesting. So it's sort of a badge of honor, even though you wish you had won.
It's a track record.
Right. It's part of your track record that you fought in this big fight.
Right. First of all, do not hire a lawyer who says he's won every case.
Really?
No. Any lawyer who says he's won every case, the minute he says that, you say,
they've had a low number of cases.
I got to put quarters in the meter. I'll see you later, and run away.
And why is that?
Because then you're not a lawyer. You haven't
litigated
until you've lost.
Right.
It's simple. I learn more from the cases I lose than the cases I win.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, the ones that you lose, sometimes you learn a lot more, because you scrutinize. It's like, why did I lose this thing?
Right.
So
and did I do it?
Right.
Did I do everything?
Right.
I don't mind losing. I mean, I hate losing, but I mean, you're more comfortable with losing if you say to yourself, well, we did everything, but the law or the facts were directly against us. Sometimes there's really nothing that can be done. You try to push as hard as you can sometimes, and you're put in difficult positions, and your client has already maybe derailed the situation by the time it gets to court. We don't know. But my point is, no lawyer who litigates should be afraid to say that they've lost some cases. Obviously, good lawyers win significantly more than they lose, you would hope.
Yes.
But my point is, these are track records, and these are battles that you can show. What kind of arena have you been in? What kind of clients have you had? What kind of issues have you fought for your prior clients? Some lawyers may be comfortable. I do this. I have spoken to clients and said, would you be a representative client? That's what it's called. If you look on my website, if I were to give you my CV, like a resume, a curriculum vitae, you'll see it'll say representative clients. And what that means, those are businesses who I've handled litigation matters for, that I've said, would you mind if I tell other clients that you're my client?
Oh, okay.
And can they call you?
I like that.
Sure, absolutely, Oscar. I trust you. You've done right by me.
I like
because
that.
especially these are mostly mid to larger businesses
who
are not afraid. A lot of small businesses are like, why would I want to tell anybody that I was in court?
Yeah.
They know. They budget for litigation. Okay? When they're doing their budget, they say, well, let's figure out how much we need for litigation this year. So they're big boys. They know that suing and being sued is a fact of business life sometimes.
Right. That's why they have general counsel.
They have general counsel, and they go outside. Exactly right. So they say, yeah, absolutely. So ask your lawyer.
Okay.
Do you have representative clients?
I like that.
Why do we ask for references for babysitters and not for trial lawyers?
It is kind of amazing.
Why do we ask for dog sitters? We ask for references. Okay. We ask for references for every other thing we do. The guy who puts in our windows, the guy who does our roof, the guy who fixes our car. Now we meet a lawyer. We meet him for the first time. We shake his hand. We sign a retainer. We give him money.
Well, I think it's the intimidation factor.
That's
The fact that the lawyers are very much more smarter than they are, and
That's exactly right.
but they don't realize that there's multiple lawyers, and they're all smart. Some are smarter than others.
Some are more successful than
Yeah,
others.
exactly.
Some are more suited to you than others.
That's true too.
So that's the next step. What do you expect from your lawyer? Okay.
Okay.
How are you at returning phone calls? When can I call you?
Responsiveness.
Right.
Oh, that is so important. I can tell you that first-hand experience. Yeah, I
said,
do not
tell me
like-
now. I need to know. Is it going to take me 4 times to get you? If it is, you know, and
Yeah.
okay, maybe I'm okay with that.
Right.
So then when I call the first 3 times, I won't be upset.
Right.
And then when you don't call back after the 4th time, now you're upset at me because you told me it's going to take you 4 times.
Yeah.
But at least establish that at the beginning. What does the lawyer expect? And what does the client expect from the relationship? Okay?
That's a good point.
I tell clients many times,
Hmm.
you know, I will return your call within 48 hours.
That's actually pretty good.
That's our policy. That's our outside window. Okay?
Mm.
Normally it's less. Obviously, if it's an emergency, it's different.
Right.
Many established clients that I've had a very long experience with have a cell phone number. My staff knows now when you develop a relationship. When this client calls, he's only calling if there's a problem. They'll interrupt me in court sometimes
Right.
because they know the history and experience that I have with this client. Other clients call every 48 hours to see if the mail has arrived. My staff
They're a little
knows
bit
the
higher
swatch,
maintenance.
you know,
Yeah.
right, the higher maintenance. So
Right,
work
I
out that
understand.
expectation. Tell the lawyer, I am a high maintenance. Not really use those same words, but I need feedback.
Yeah.
I expect to hear from you once a week, once a month. Are we going to accomplish that? No.
I don't think
Yes.
that's unreasonable.
Make them commit to it. Most lawyers are going to say yes, and I know people who listen to this video say, okay, so they're going to say yes. But it makes a difference when someone, hopefully, has given you their word, and they know, okay, I made a promise to this guy. I've established that. Maybe you can put it in a retainer. Maybe there's different things that you can work out with them. But it's important to get this stuff out of the way. What am I going to be billed for?
That's a good point.
How am I going to be billed?
That is a good point.
Am I going to be billed every 15 minutes?
That's not uncommon.
It's not uncommon, but it shouldn't be done that way. It should be done in smaller increments. But what I just want to take a second to just explain what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Some lawyers bill in 15-minute increments, meaning that 15 minutes or less gets billed as 15 minutes, okay? And that they divide their work in 15-minute increments. So if something takes an hour and 10 minutes,
Right.
and in fact, you're going to get billed for an hour and 15 minutes. And I say, oh, that's 5 minutes. Over the course of 4 years of litigation,
It adds up.
it adds up to a ton of money.
What about an hour and 5 minutes? Does
What
that
I
also
bill-
mean an hour and 15 minutes as well?
Right.
Really?
An hour for some firms, an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 3 minutes, an
Mm.
hour and 10 minutes. Goes to the next segment. Our firm, for example, our policies, we don't bill clients for phone calls of 15 minutes or less. We don't bill. That's a non-charged item because it saves us time and money
Right.
to answer the quick question
Right.
and not have the client scared of picking up the phone, okay? And worrying about, oh, I forgot my next court date. Now I'm gonna bill 15 minutes? I'm gonna
Well,
bill 15 minutes
right.
for a 30-second phone call?
Well, I will tell you, I got a little bill. I mean, it was part of my own case for an email being sent to me notifying me of a change in court date that I didn't even request.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I am being
Imagine that's
billed.
standard operating procedure.
I am being billed for something, a court date change that I didn't even request.
Right. Well, we can talk about later on.
It's crazy.
I can give a whole segment on how to analyze a legal bill to reduce your legal costs. For example,
Yeah, we'll do that for another video.
Yeah,
exactly.
You explain your case to the partner,
Right.
and then the partner explains the case to the associate. You shouldn't get billed for that, right? But they do. So there's lots of things law firms do in that, and you may want to discuss. That's another good topic, though. You may want to discuss with them the billing practices.
Yeah.
Who's going to work on my case? How many lawyers are working on that case?
Oh, that's so important. I'll have to. Who is going to work it? Absolutely.
Right.
If it versus an associate, I'll tell you. I mean, I like a named partner now, especially if it's a smaller firm. I got to tell you. I mean, I think it really does matter. If some people take more pride in their names. Now, I'm going to throw something in
more
there.
experience too.
Experience
Yeah.
is around. Well, I don't know. I just think that I could be wrong, but you being a named partner, you seem to take things pretty personally. You take things to heart.
Right. Anytime you put
You may
your
be more
name on,
expensive,
Sure.
but you take it to heart.
anytime you put your name on, it's your name going forward.
That's right.
It carries more to it. And by the way, we've often had courts expect more too. So that goes
Well, that's true too. I guess it cuts both ways.
I've had it, especially you're a named partner in the firm.